Okay, now we'll go into what we call our frequently asked questions and comments from buyers. So why don't you give me the frequently asked questions,
Okay.
and I'll give you the comments. So you've come down, most often this is at the elevator in the lobby area. Sometimes it's in the model with the second salesperson.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What is the HOA fees or the homeowner association cost?
Wonderful. So we've scripted each one of these examples. And again, we want you to do it just like it says here. So here it says, pointing to the flyer on top of the prices is the HOA monthly fee. So if we take one of the flyers, and on this flyer it says here, the HOA fees monthly. This one actually doesn't
Except
say.
for on Shoreline.
We gotta fix that. But 90% of the time it will say right on top. So please focus on it. Now it's very important that you know this definition right on top. HOA fees cover the cost of landscaping, trash removal, elevator service, and electricity for a building. A substantial amount goes to a building reserve so that in 10 to 15 years, when you need a new roof, there'll be money to fix it. You should have that right off of the tip of your tongue. Because almost always they ask, what's the HOA? And they come, what does the HOA cover? And we want to have that very, very scripted. Let's try another one.
You know, I've heard the market's going down. I think that the prices will keep falling.
That's one we've heard a lot. We're not hearing it much anymore. This is a great example of what we're trying to keep our sales force away from having those type of conversations. We find that people giving those conversations are either people who are serious or most often people who are not serious. And instead of engaging in that negative conversation in front of others or trying to convince them, what do we say? Interesting, we believe we're at the bottom of the market. In fact, we have sold more in all our projects in the last 60 days than we did in the last 6 months. Would you like to speak to your own regarding the market? And most often when they hear, do you want to speak to your own, they'll identify if they're a serious buyer or not. And if they're not, they walk away. If they are, they say yes. And we don't fight that. We're just trying to find the truth. Mm-hmm. Are you a buyer or not? If you are, have a good conversation with a good agent. If you're not, have a good day. Mm-hmm. But regardless, we are giving them the answer. Next question.
You know, I'm not really ready to buy yet. We've just started looking and we have a lot of options, so.
Wonderful. And again, we have a script, just so you know. The amount of new inventory is disappearing really fast. Yellow knows a lot of the inventory. Do you want his help in analyzing what's best for you? Again, the whole idea is give them the answer of what we believe, and then simply ask, do you want to speak to your own? And if they're just not interested, they would say, no, it's okay, I'll have a good day. And if they are, they'll say, yes, I would like to, and then I'll call them the same day and next day. What are the questions I hate answered and I never allow answers, Victoria?
How old are you?
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been working for your RON?
Mm-hmm.
What else do you do with your free time?
Mm-hmm.
Are you a licensed agent?
Mm-hmm.
How did you find your RON to hire you?
So basically, what's the answer to any of those questions?
Interesting question. Why do you ask?
There we go. Or in other words, you're not to answer.
Right.
It's not, I'm getting my license, I have my license, I thought about getting my license, I love real estate, I'm an actor, I only do it part-time, I only do it full-time, I've been there a week, I've been there a long time, I've been a short time. No answers whatsoever. Wonderful. Now the one that's hardest and actually is the simplest is when they're ready to write an offer. Mm-hmm. So let's go ahead and try that. Now I'm going to treat Victoria as an agent. So she comes, actually, let me treat her as somebody, I don't know if she's an agent or not. So she comes in and she says,
I'm ready to write an offer.
Oh, wonderful, thank God, there is a guy. Generally the response is, are you an agent? If you're an agent, is your buyer with you? If you're an agent and your buyer's with you, are you ready to write a contract right there? If that's true, in your open house bag, you'll see a package to give them, which is the buyer's package, and you hand it to them and you let them sign. Regardless of anything, you always try and put in the script, which is the contracts for new condominiums seem like a lot of information. If you wish, we can set up an appointment at Yalon's office. He's used this contract over 200 times and can explain it easily and quickly for you. Now, if you're a buyer who says it, again, are you ready to buy today? If the answer is yes, set up an appointment with Yalon. Get Eric or your own on the phone immediately. Now, if they want, give them a package. The only reason we used to give packages out all the time, We found that it takes almost a full day, a full hour per package to print, plus all the printing costs. So they're very, very hard to create. And now we have email and we have them as a zip folder. So we really prefer sending that via email. What's the next one? Payment?
What will be my payment amount?
That's a great question. We have a great script, and that's one of the few exceptions where, again, you use either the countrywide form or the payment form, and you hand that out. Generally, it's not anywhere. It's a little bit hidden, but easily accessible. And again, while handing it out, you give the response that we've said. Developer has secured special and low financing for this development through Shadi at Countrywide or whoever it is. Please call them. And then there's all the other questions in here. Please get used to each and every one of the questions and really understand them. If you don't know any of the questions really well, please call Yaron and he'll explain them to you, or Eric will. Now, what do you do when a question comes up that's not on here? So one we got at Shoreham a lot was the spa, right?
Yes.
Let's try that one.
Okay.
So you come into the open and you say,
you know, I really love the roof tech on 40. Are you allowed to put a jacuzzi up there?
That's a great question. I know Yaron has a great relationship with the developer. I'll have him give you a call. If you are able to put it, are you ready to move forward with an offer? The whole idea is, yes, acknowledge the question, say that Yaron is the guy who'll give you the answer. If the answer is what you hope, are you ready to move an offer? So can I have 50 pets? Great question. Yaron knows the developer really well. He can ask. If you can have 50 pets, are you ready to write an offer? Okay? And then again, closing the open is very, very important in the follow-up questions. I think that covers training video number 2. Thank you very much for looking. And